Hello everyone. So I have another awesome group to report to you guys with this Davidson Defense AR-47. Okay. Now today I was shooting this Wolf Polyformance. Now this Polyformance, that has to be like the biggest typo in the history of the world, because I'm pretty sure that the Russians meant to type uh, performance, okay, and they put polyformance, and they, like, I don't know, printed off about a million or so of these boxes before somebody told them, hey, you guys have spelled this wrong. What the hell does polyformance mean? Okay, so anyway, this is 123 grain full metal jacket. Okay, this is the very last shot that I did. Okay, I'm like, forget it. I mean, 100 yards, 5 shots, right? 5 shots, and all 5 shots. Usually, I take the best 4 out of 5, but all 5 shots are inside 1 inch. 3 of them are touching. Actually, even the 4th one over here broke the paper. So 4 of them broke the paper. So these 4 shots are actually at 3 3/4 of an inch, right? So and usually I take the best 4 out of 5. So we got 4 out of 5 here, center to center, at inside of an inch, close to 3/4 of an inch, and then all 5 shots are at 1 inch. I mean, mind blowing. I mean, I never expected to see this. I knew that if I got an AR-15 that shot 7.62 by 3.9, that I would see an improvement in the accuracy of this AK-47 ammo that I've been stockpiling for years. And I knew that the reason why I couldn't get better accuracy with the AK-47 was mostly because of the optics, right? I keep my optic over the gas tube. That's where I get the best accuracy, but I can't put a magnifier behind it. If I put an LPVO on the side mount, it sits too high. You know, if you press on the mount, it shakes. So I actually got less. The accuracy was actually worse with an LPVO sitting on top of, on the side mount. So the best accuracy I could get on my AK-47 was, I think the best I ever hit, and I only got it one time, was 3 3/4 inches at 200 yards. So that's just slightly inside of 2 MOA. And basically now with the same ammunition I've been shooting for years, right? Because I've been, buying it and piling it up. I'm like on any given day, I'm hitting well inside of 2 inches, 1.25 inches, and then sometimes 1 inch and slightly better. Okay. Now, like I said, you have to select your ammunition, because today's goal was actually to shoot Red Army Standard. Okay, because I have a shit ton of that stuff, and that I had actually run through a chronograph just a few weeks ago, and in the chronograph it was showing me that the Red Army Standard was getting like really tight variances. Like I did a number of 5-shot groups, and the difference between the fastest shot and the slowest shot was like really small. In some cases, like 15 feet per second. And that's like match grade level. Okay, between the fastest and the slowest shots in the 5-shot group. So I was really expecting Red Army Standard to do the 1 inch groups. And I shot it a bunch of times today. Okay, and basically that's the ones with circles over here, and I'm getting like 2.5 inch groups. Okay, so I'm consistently getting like 2.5 inch groups, and I'm like, you know what? I mean, normally you would think for like steel case, 7.62 by 3.9, that's doing great. But now I'm kind of so used to getting, either 1 inch or close to 1 inch that I'm like, 2 MOA is just not good enough for me, man. So then I said, okay, let's try this Wolf Polyformance. I don't have a whole lot of this stuff, right? This stuff actually somebody gave to me. My luck that, like, it seems like all the best shooting 7.62 by 39 ammo that I have is stuff that people gave to me, and it's like they gave it to me like in smaller quantities of, like, let's say 200 rounds or so. So I don't have shit tons of this stuff here. But so I shot the Red Army Standard a bunch of times. I'm getting like 2.5 to 3 inch groups. I'm like, I'm really not happy with this. So I pulled out this Wolf, and I actually shot it like right on the same thing here. And as soon as I shoot it, these are the holes without the circle. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, and I think the fourth one's somewhere in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 4 shots are like at 1 inch, and then the one went way up there. I don't know what happened with that, but that's like 1 3/4 inches. So I'm like, okay, let's shoot. Put another. Actually, I was using this as a bullseye when I hit that. So then I put another bullseye down here because I have a chevron. I'm using the Holosun 503G, right? That has the chevron, and it also has a 3 dots underneath the chevron for a bullet drop compensator, which is going to be really useful when I get out to 500 yards. So I put this bullseye here, and what I'm doing is I'm matching up the 2 tips, right? So I got this arrow over here pointing down, and I match my chevron to that tip. So I touch the 2 tips together, and the 3 shots, okay, I got 3 shots touching each other, okay. That's basically a 1/2 inch group, but you know what? 3 shots, I don't count 3 shots, and I'm gonna say there's some luck there. But 3 shots touching, and then the 4th shot opens it up to 1.25 inches. So I'm like, okay, this is looking good. 1.25 inches. 5th shot's out here. I'm like, oh well, whatever. That's 2.25 inches. Not too crazy about that. So that's when I threw out another piece of paper out there. All right, and I said, okay, let's take 5 shots now. So that's when I got to this one, and here I nailed all 5 shots inside of 1 inch. Okay, and the funny thing with this is, I was actually like pissed when I took this, and I was also pressed for time because when I set, okay, because I set this target here, right, and I put the target out there 200 yards, right, put a rock inside the box, and then as soon as I put it down, I see the staples kind of like came out of the paper, and the reason is because I basically staple papers on top of papers, right? So I've got like a whole bunch of papers here. So the staples, it's damp today. The staples didn't go all the way through into the box. So this paper over here is only being held in place by 1 staple in this right corner, in this corner right here, okay? So that one's coming out. These 2 are already out. And I'm like, shit. By the time I get back there, I mean, the wind's going to just have blown this away. Or I'm going to fire 1 shot into this in the wind, and that's going to just blow it off. So I came back here with the intention of getting the stapler and going back out there and putting, more staples into this paper. So as soon as I get out there, I look back there, I see the paper's still sitting there. And I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like going back out there right now, okay? Sat down and I said, I'm going to take these shots, and whatever happens, happens. So I took so here's the thing. I take the first shot, right? And I'm thinking, it's like, let me get this thing off before the wind just blows this thing off. So I take the first shot, and the paper doesn't move. And I'm like, okay, I got 1 in there. And I could actually see it because I have the Vortex 6 magnifier. I got a 6 magnifier on this, okay? So I can actually see the hole on the paper. So I can see that it's like centered over the bullseye here. So I'm like, okay, let me take the next 4 shots off really quick before this paper blows off. Okay, so I'm boom, 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 and I'm taking my shots, and the chevron's going like this, boom, boom, and that's perfect because that's what you want to see. You want to see this thing go straight up. If you see it go boof off to the left, it usually means you might have pulled the shot. It doesn't necessarily mean that you did, right? Because that all might happen after the bullet left the barrel. But usually, if I take the shot and the thing goes straight up and like lands right there, that's an indication that I did not pull the shot. So I took all 5 shots, and all 5 shots are going boof, 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 and I'm like, okay, and I can see it in the 6X with the magnifier. I can see I got a tight group out there. I knew I had 1 inch when I was walking out there, and so that's I posted a video the other day. I got a 1 inch group, but I think that was 4 out of 5. That was only 4 out of 5. When a 1 inch group with Tula white box. Okay, the white box, not the regular one. Again, that's something that somebody gave to me, so I only have a limited supply. I think I'm down to like 2 boxes of that. Got like 40 rounds left of that, and so I got 4 out of 5 for 1 inch with that, and now I got inside of 1 inch. This one's 5 out of 5. Okay, so this is a damn good freaking rifle, AR-47. So I would at this point, I'm ready to designate this as a DMR gun. Okay, at some point I might put an LPVO on this. This is definitely going to be going out to 500 yards next time I go to that location. And I've got, you know, I mean, I don't have thousands of rounds of this Wolf Polyformance, but I got enough to, you know, to go there, do my, you know, test this out, and then enough to keep. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep working through my ammo, because the way it works with this Russian ammunition, it's like you can have like I could like you could have another box, because like today I tested out Wolf Red Army, right? That's only doing like, let's say 2.5 MOA. But I might go to another 1,000 rounds, and that one might be doing a lot better, or it might be doing worse, whatever. So you got to buy like 1,000 rounds at a time, right? And you got to test it out, and you just got to select, you know, the boxes, you know, the lots that give you the best accuracy, right? Because it doesn't matter what the name on the box is. You know, the way these Russian plants work is like I don't know, like maybe at the beginning of the day the machines are dropping the powder more consistently, but towards the end of the day, you know, they start becoming less consistent. Maybe they fall out of calibration. So it's possible that there's something like that going on with this Russian manufactured ammunition, right? And I said this in the last video. It's like for years people have been saying that, hey, the steel case Russian ammo, not accurate, not accurate, not accurate. And the Russians were listening to this, right? So, and the Russians, like, were selling to us. So obviously they don't want to sell, you know, back when they could easily sell ammunition. They didn't want people to stop buying that ammunition, right? So they were hearing that we want accurate ammunition. So I would think that they put efforts into making accurate ammunition, okay? So what I think it happens with this ammunition is, like, at the beginning of the day, you know, they calibrate it so it's being consistent, and it might be able to run, I don't know, for either the whole day or for a few hours, right? And then it just needs to be recalibrated again or cleaned out or whatever. And that's why I think you can buy the same name brand. It's like, okay, this 1,000 rounds over here, you know, this is like 1 MOA ammunition. But this 1,000 rounds over here that has the same exact name on the box, well, this is like 2.5 or 3 MOA ammunition. So I think that's what's going on. But anyway, I've done a number of videos on this Davidson Defense AR-47. If you want to see the other videos, you should just basically just search my channel name plus AR-47, right? Because I put that in the search field. So if you put my channel name and AR-47 or 7.62x39, well, I would probably, because all the 8K videos are going to pop up if you put 7.62x39. So if you put up AR-47 and my channel name, you should see all the videos on this. Or if you put in my channel name and Davidson Defense, you should also see the videos on this. Okay, so drop some comments. Let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to you all soon.